Welcome to the deep dive. So we've got this complete strategic blueprint for dental school laid out in front of us. All the admin rules, the clinical wisdom.
Grad notes, everything. It's quite a packet.
Exactly. And our mission today is really to distill that down, give you the absolute shortcut to navigating it successfully.
Right. And what's really striking is this core tension you face from day one. Dental school demands you balance, the mandatory institutional stuff, the compliance,
Ticking the boxes.
with the urgent need to actually build real-world clinical competence. You can't just ace the tests. You have to be able to do things.
And that actually leads straight into maybe the most surprising finding, like right out of the gate. Successful grads, they stress focusing less on getting perfect grades in those pure theory courses.
The ones they call shelf knowledge, like embryology perhaps. Important, sure, but maybe not where you pour all your energy.
Right. But they absolutely demand focus on the foundational diagnostic courses. Pathology is the big one mentioned.
Oh, absolutely. That's different. That knowledge sticks. It informs how you diagnose, how you treat. It fundamentally makes you a better clinician. It really begs the question, what kind of doctor are you training to become? Because the clear consensus is that actual dental treatment relies almost entirely on working skills, hands-on ability, not just recalling facts.
So academic success really means mastering functional competencies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that includes that capacity to really grasp three-dimensional and spatial relationships, that 3D mental mapping. It's just non-negotiable for doing good clinical work.
Okay, so let's dig into those high-yield clinical areas, the ones you really need to chase experience in, because sometimes the curriculum itself doesn't quite give you enough reps.
Good idea. Where do we start?
First up, maximize your time in endocomplex root canals and extractions. These are bedrock skills.
Absolutely foundational for handling acute patient care, those emergency situations that walk in the door.
Couldn't agree more. And the next one is maybe less glamorous, but grads stress its importance. Prioritize removable prosthodontics. Yes. Complex dentures, partials. Mastering the fit, the function, the occlusion there. That understanding is critical. It actually forms the base you need later for complex implant planning. It's all connected.
Good point. And then specifically in PEDS, in pediatric procedures.
Ah, yeah. You need to aggressively master pulpotomies. That's the nerve treatment on baby teeth, stainless steel crowns, SSCs, and those band and loop space maintainers.
Why those specifically?
Because experience with those can be limited in the main pre-doc clinics. So seeking them out is a high-value use of your time, makes you much more versatile.
Okay, shifting gears now. Let's talk about the hard administrative rules. The stuff that, can get you sidelined, mess up. Compliance?
Non-negotiable. Simple as that. Like the mandatory pre-matriculation checks. Specific CPR training, for instance.
And it has to include an in-person skills evaluation, right? Online only doesn't cut it.
Correct. They're very strict. Zero tolerance on that. And speaking of strict, the security mandates around equipment are fascinating.
You mean the dental kits?
Exactly. Students are absolutely prohibited, strictly prohibited, from buying used dental kits. It's a mandatory safety measure. Cross-contamination, instrument integrity, patient safety is paramount.
Makes sense. And other equipment, loops come up constantly.
Oh, visual magnification, yeah, mandatory. You simply have to have loops for safe, precise work, and you need to budget for them. What was the estimate around?
About $1,290. It's a significant cost right up front.
It is, and that leads right into the tech compliance piece. Your laptop must be encrypted. BitLocker for Windows, FileVault for Mac.
And this needs to be done before orientation even starts.
Before. No exceptions. You're handling patient health information, PHI, from the get-go. Failing to lock down that drive is a serious professional breach. Huge liability.
Wow. Okay. And all this ties into the financial reality, doesn't it? That first-year cost?
Yeah.
We're seeing estimates around $47, $686 for residents.
And that includes things like that big instrument kit, maybe $6,300 or so.
Yeah, around there. It's a massive burden.
It really is. And the advice we keep seeing, you have to live lower than your means. Be frugal early.
Why is that so critical, strategically?
Because that early frugality pays off massively down the road. It enables future investment in high-quality continuing education, CE. You need that to stay current and provide the best care over a long career. Managing debt early lets you afford the best training later.
Which brings us to the professional long game, beyond the clinic and the finances. What's the biggest non-clinical hurdle dentists face?
Communication. Hands down, it's twofold. Simplifying complex treatment explanations so patients truly understand.
And can give informed consent.
Precisely. And also clearly detailing practice expectations to your staff, your team, so everyone's on the same page. Miscommunication causes so many problems.
And beyond communication skills, what about personal attributes? Integrity is table stakes, obviously, but what else?
Compassion, empathy, and resilience. Real resilience under high stress. Dentistry is demanding physically and emotionally. You need coping mechanisms.
Which connects to that golf balls principle you mentioned?
Ah, yes, the golf balls. It's such a useful metaphor. Your family, your health, friends, passions, those are the big important things, the golf balls.
If you fill your jar, your life, with sand first work, money, daily hassles.
There's no room left for the golf balls. Protecting those priorities isn't selfish. It's actually a strategy for professional longevity. It gives you the emotional reserves needed to provide safe, compassionate patient care for decades. Can't pour from an empty cup.
So wrapping this deep dive up, success in dental school and beyond really means being incredibly intentional, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Prioritizing those high-yield clinical skills we talked about, mastering communication, and maintaining just ironclad discipline financially and professionally.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
For sure. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you to consider. We know learning never stops in dentistry. Quality, honest treatment demands constant updating. So how will you, as a new dentist, ensure you allocate not just the money, but the time and the emotional capacity for continuous high-quality CE throughout the next, say, 50 years of your career? That's the long-term challenge, something to really think about.